inundated with lots of messages from people who are all really well-wishing, but what it results in is just a ton of admin and a load of guilt if you don't reply. So I knew that if I started talking about all of the stuff that I was going through, it would be great because it would make other people that were dealing with it feel less alone, but it would also be an additional burden on me while I'm trying to fix myself, of trying to sift through all of, my friend knows how to do a parasite cleanse using goat milk and you can, pray to the full moon. Like, dude, I really appreciate you caring about me so much that you've tried to link me in with this person. And sure enough, this documentary that I put on the channel that people can go and watch came out, and that happened. Mercifully, I was a little bit further through the journey. But yeah, man, like, how do I optimize my happiness is a luxury that a lot of people aren't in a position to do, and that was me this year. I didn't have the spare capacity to optimize my happiness.
And you still try hard to be, you still have to put significant effort in to be content, happy?
Yeah, at the moment, yeah. I've been working hard on it, Happiness really only exists when uncertainty isn't there. It's very difficult to be uncertain and happy at the same time. You'd even make the argument that humans never chase happiness directly. They always chase certainty first. Because if you don't know how the future is going to pan out, how are you able to be happy, especially if it's like chronic uncertainty, like, severe uncertainty, not just, I don't know who's going to win the sports game tomorrow. And for me, I didn't know if I was going to get escape velocity to get out of this health stuff. And if that's the case, where am I deriving my happiness from? All I see is this endless stretch of work and discomfort and fatigue and tiredness and solitude. And I feel bad for the guy that had to go through that this year. Like, I feel for him because it wasn't easy and it was lonely, and I'm really proud. I'm really, really proud that I kept showing up. I didn't give up on myself. I hit dead ends with regards to treatment, with regards to testing. It was like months where I was going to bed at 7 p.m., waking up at 8 a.m., still tired, sleeping straight through.
There's something interesting here because the three areas that you said mold impacts are also the three areas that everybody kind of knows you for.
Right.
And that's kind of
why I said personal cause. It felt like somebody had designed a pathology just for me, and it would hit at all of the places that I took my self-worth from.
Does it leave a question then, which is, if you take everything I value now that gives me self-worth, what remains?
Well, that was a question I had to ask myself this year.
And what did remain?
Somebody who's kind, somebody who's genuinely kind and sensitive. And I always thought that sensitivity was a weakness, but it's not, at least not for me. It's somebody who is resilient in a very normal way. So boring victories is something that I've had to learn to take pleasure from this year. Is today the grandest accomplishment of your entire life? No. But you went for a walk, or you were kind to that person at the supermarket, or you were gentle with yourself when you became frustrated. And I had to get over the shame of small pleasures, that somehow me feeling proud about the way that I showed up in a tiny, minute way that nobody else saw was sort of a comment of the smallness of my life. Oh, you must not have a lot going on. Like, how feeble, how weak, how minuscule must your life be that seeing that golden retriever was the best part of your morning. And yet I realized that that was worth being happy about, and that denying myself the opportunity to be happy about something small is basically me holding my happiness hostage. Like, until the bank deposit is sufficiently large, the ledger doesn't kick in. Like, I can't pick up pennies, I can only pick up $100 bills. And it really fucking humbled me, dude. Especially if you're flying high. 2 years ago, the show is just vertical. And it numerically it still is now. But it really, really felt like something had just come in to bring my feet back down to earth. And I feel different to the person that I was last year, but I'm much more connected, I think, to a sort of truth. Alain de Botton says the best men are those who have been broken. And this year has definitely broken me.
You doing better now?
I am. Yeah, I am. It's if I was at a 3 12 months ago, I'm probably at a 7 to an 8 now. So don't let the show drop and fix my health. Like, I got close to doing both of those.
We've got to wrap up now, but I wanted to give you the chance to end this with any closing thoughts that you might have for the listener that's gotten this far in this conversation and who is really at, the foothills of potentially a new version of themselves. And is there anything else, Chris, that you wanted to say?
Well, first off, congratulations for making it through all of this. There's a lot of uncomfortable things to face with conversations like this. It really forces you to reckon with parts of your direction. You're like, fuck, like I really don't want to have that conversation. I really don't want to face that thing. There's a great quote from Jean-Paul Sartre. He said, "I've led a toothless life. I have never bitten into anything. I was waiting. I was reserving myself for later on. And I have just noticed that my teeth have gone." This idea of being shunted to the side of your own life, of being an NPC, a non-playable character when you should have been the main character. You can be in service of other people, but you can still have some sort of action that you take into the world. This deferred life thing, waiting for life to begin. It's a great time of year to question that assumption. What would have to happen by the end of next year for you to look back on it and consider it a success? What would I do to make 85-year-old me miserable? What would 85-year-old me wish that I did more of? What are the emotions I'm unprepared to feel? What are the thoughts that I thought too many times last year? If this was a movie and the audience was watching, what would they be screaming at the screen, telling me to do with my life? They're cool questions, and they certainly helped me. They helped me find direction, so I hope they've helped everyone else as well.
We have a closing tradition where the last guest leaves a question for the next, not knowing who they're leaving it for. And the question left for you is quite relevant. What is the most important component of human joy and endeavour that you believe must be preserved in priority?
Oh, wonderful. I think agency. I think the belief that you have the ability to impact your surroundings. Because the opposite of agency is you basically holding your hands up and saying, I'm at the mercy of the world. You happen to life. Life doesn't happen to you.
Chris, thank you. You are going on tour, and you're going on tour next year in March, I believe, and you're going on tour in an area where I know we have lots of listeners, Australia, New Zealand, Bali. So I'm going to link below a link to anyone that wants to come see you on tour, but also I highly recommend people go download the Modern Wisdom Annual Review template. So I'm going to link that below as well. Look in the description, it's all there. Is there anything else that if people, your channel, people should go subscribe to your channel if they've liked what they've heard today? Is there anything else?
I had a conversation with Naval Ravikant.
Oh my God, I love that.
People always ask, like, what's the best conversation you've ever had? And I say it's like trying to choose between 1,000 children. That was really special. And for people who know him, you should watch it again. For people who don't know him, you should go and check it out. So we can link that below. I highly recommend that. Yeah, honestly, the Modern Wisdom Annual Review template, it's free, copy it, use it. And that'll put you on my mailing list for a once a week newsletter, which is a lot of the thoughts, a lot of the ideas that we've gone through today. I wanted to say something to you before we finished up as well. No, it's a thank you. So I think people often wonder about what's going on behind the scenes, about what somebody's like behind the scenes. And I needed some advice from you. So I messaged you on Saturday afternoon on WhatsApp. And within 30 seconds, you rang me and then put me in a group with like the guy that was able to help with this thing, and then basically sort of carried us through this process for the next couple of weeks and kept checking in with me. That was very, very meaningful, and you didn't need to do it. And I very much appreciate having you. I mean, you in my phone book is like a fucking hidden weapon. You're kind of like the Jocko Willink to be able to get stuff sorted. But I just wanted to say thank you for that, because it was really, really kind. And yeah, it's awesome to feel like people have got your back, and that made me feel like that.
I appreciate that. Yeah, you've earned that because you've done so much for so many other people, and you've been so selfless in a way that I aspire to be. Like, I'm not very good at like staying in touch and connecting and replying and stuff like that, but in those particular moments, I think we are a team.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, mate.
This is something that I've made for you. I realise that the Diary of a CEO audience are strivers, whether it's in business or health. We all have big goals that we want to accomplish. And one of the things I've learned is that when you aim at the big goal, it can feel incredibly psychologically uncomfortable because it's kind of like being stood at the foot of Mount Everest and looking upwards. The way to accomplish your goals is by breaking them down into tiny, small steps. And we call this in our team the 1%. And actually, this philosophy is highly responsible for much of our success here. So what we've done so that you at home can accomplish any big goal that you have is we've made these 1% diaries, and we released these last year and they all sold out. So I asked my team over and over again to bring the diaries back, but also to introduce some new colors and to make some minor tweaks to the diary. So now we have a better range for you. So if you have a big goal in mind and you need a framework and a process and some motivation, then I highly recommend you get one of these diaries before they all sell out once again. And you can get yours now at thediary.com, where you can get 20% off our Black Friday bundle. And if you want the link is in the description below.
Važno je gde kupujete tehniku.
Svet je gledo tvoju raskoš, zlato svilu modrlice, ali niko nije znao šta osjeća ti srce.
Kroz maglu se vraća osmeh tvoj, topao kao jutro na proplanku.
Pada kiša pa se stiša, vetar piri pa se smiri, a ti ćutiš već 3 dana, svađalice moja mala. A ti ćutiš već 3 dana, svađalice moja mala. Zašto ćutiš zbog pesmi, pa ćeš jednom da promeniš stil, znam da mi voliš, znam da bi mi dušu dala, svađalice moja mala. Znam da me ludo voliš, znam da bi mi dušu dala, svađalice moja mala.
važno, nego važno. Ne plastika, nego gimnastika. Ne ekrani, već uživanje u hrani. Ne trend, već pravi, domaći brend. Neka te kvalitet vodi. Juhor. Ove godine, nova godina, ne mora da izgleda kao sve ostale. U Uradi Sam vas čeka drugačiji novogodišnji program. Sada uz 20% popusta. Više ideja, manje klišeja. Samo u Uradi Sam.
Gazirana Minakva. 2 čaše za dovoljno joda. U svim dobro snabdevenim prodavnicama. Minakva. Samo takva.
Ušteda koja se ne propušta u 3O. Vox električni šporet samo 19.590 dinara. Vox frižider 19.990. Nexus peć General Kreka za 16.990 dinara. Brzo reaguj i uštedi odmah. 3O, jedno mesto za sve pametne kupovine.
Lepi, ovo nije još jedna nagradna igra za automobil. Ovo je borba za zlato. Kreće jača vožnja, vrtiš brži spin, igraš online slot i napadaš dok ne osvojiš 100 puta zlato i 300 premija. Lepi, zagrizi zlato. Admiral Bet, uvek u napadu. Zabranjeno učestvovanje maloletnih lica u igrama na sreću. Učestvovanje u igrama na sreću može izazvati zavisnost koju je neophodno lečiti.
Zajedno smo već 30 godina. Odlično se poznajemo i idealno slažemo. Znamo šta želite, pa to i stvaramo. Pratimo trendove i negujemo klasiku. Čuvamo kvalitet i unapređujemo funkcionalnost. Tu smo za vas u preko 40 salona širom Srbije i više od 80 zemalja sveta. Isti i tamo i ovde. Omiljeni među potrošačima. Pažljivi prema zajednici. Rastemo i planiramo zajedničku budućnost. 30 idealnih godina. Forma ideale.
3 u 1, a kafa nije. Šta se iza toga krije? Rđu skriva, onda štiti i na kraju bojom kiti. Prvo mesto ne da nikom. Svi već znaju, to je...
Kada je boja za metal u pitanju, nema dileme. Irko, 3 u 1. Rešava rđave probleme. Radio Lola.
Noći u Sibiru, lavine u Hiru, to njeno srce ledeno, da li ona čuje vapaj kroz oluje, da je moje srce prepuklo, a ja nisam kriv, nikome dužan, sve dok sam živ. Pred Bogom priznaću sve, ne bojim se, da važna si ti, ti imaš nove ljubavi, Bog nek ti oprosti. Nevolje me tuku, drže me za ruku, vojska suza dušu probija, kao vuk u snegu, krvavim u begu, jedan gubi, drugi dobija, a ja nisam kriv, nikome dužan, sve dok sam živ. Priznaću sve, da varala si ti, ti imaš svoje ljubavi, Bog nek ti oprosti. A ja nisam kriv, nikome dužan, sve dok sam živ. Pred Bogom priznaću sve, ne bojim se, da varala si ti, ti imaš dug zbog ove ljubavi, Bog nek ti oprosti.
Radio Lola.
Najslušaniji radio u Srbiji. Vi ste izabrali muziku za dušu.
Lola.
Ali je bilo tuge, one hladne zime, ti me ljubiš, daš pa nestaneš. Ako nemaš kuda, opet mi se javi, ja ne mogu dana bez tebe. Ali je bilo tuge, one hladne zime, ti me ljubiš, daš pa nestaneš. Ako nemaš kuda, opet mi se javi, ja ne mogu dana bez tebe. Sjećaš li se one noći kad si meni rekla ne? To su bile moje oči što su s tobom plakale. Sjećaš li se one noći kad si meni rekla ne? To su bile moje oči što su s tobom
tebe još srećem sam. Sjećaš li se kad smo klinci bili, kada si mi obećala ti, da ćeš samo moja ljubav biti, nećemo se nikad rastati. Sjećaš li se kad smo klinci bili, kada si mi obećala ti, da ćeš samo moja ljubav biti. Nećemo se nikad rastati.
Došla je po reklamu za online poslovno knjigovodstveni softver. Minimax. Redovno ažuriran i prati zakućenstvo.
Imate sajt?
Minimax.rs.
Ne treba vam reklama, gospođo. Sajt je dovoljno.
Online poslovno knjigovodstveni softver Minimax. Minimalno komplikovan, maksimalno efikasan. Minimax.rs. Bosch, kao vodeći influencer u automobilskoj industriji, najglasnije promoviše bezbednost vozača na putu, jer su bezbednost i efikasnost uvek u trendu.
Bosch, vrhunski proizvođač autodelova.
Poruka za domaćice neodoljivog ukusa. Joker šlag.
Pomaže Bog, dragi ljudi. Dobrodošli u kući Tamjana, Beograd, Zemun i Novi Sad. Posjetite našu internet stranicu tamjan.com. Na zdravlje da vam bude.
Ako tražite mesto gde tradicija ima ukus, onda je restoran Kolo vaša nova stanica. Autentična jela pripremljena po starim receptima, najfinija vina i rakije i atmosfera u kojoj se duh prošlih vremena spaja sa modernim hedonizmom. Restoran Kolo, tradicija koja se pamti, ukus koji se vraća. Više na restorankolo.com.
Najveći izbor i najbolji uslovi kupovine guma. Mogućnost plaćanja na 24 rate. Rata već od 150 dinara mesečno. Velika mreža profesionalnih servisa i maloprodaja. Kemo Impex.
Da ima neku čarobnu moć, bila bi moja još ovu noć. Otkad te sretnog, otkad te znam, spreman sam da ti sve svoje dam. Otkad te sretnog, srećom idem na svet, da s tobom svoje ostvarim sne. Ja noćas srećom idem na svet. Hej, lepoto, nad lepotom, kad te vidim boli glava. Noćas mi se s tobom ljubim, noćas mi se s tobom spava. Hej, lepoto, nad lepotom, kad te vidim boli glava. Noćas mi se s tobom
ima tako malo. Ja bih hteo da me mrziš najviše na svetu, ali bojim se da tebi do mene nije stalo, da sam ti bio pada ruža u buketu, ali bojim se da tebi do mene nije stalo.